Hi, and welcome to the weekly True Crime and Chill. And of course, welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. Mr. Beckham will be joining us tonight. As you guessed, there is a crisis in which candle to light. I don't get it. There are Mr. Beckham candles on the Danny After Dark merch page, so I think it's an easy pick. But it is what it is. Anywho, thank you for tuning in. And for those who are watching but are not in the chat, thanks for tuning in as well. There's a lot to talk about this week. I feel like every start to the week, I'm like, oh gosh, like, will there be enough to talk about for an episode? And then like by Tuesday, it's like full blown cases galore. And it's like, how do we update you guys on everything? But rest assured, we will certainly do that. If we know what you guys want to talk about, because we talked about it a lot last week, and there is certainly updates on that. So we will do that. Before Mr. Beckham jumps in, because Lord knows I don't want to do this with him here and just give him any more reason to be like, see, Danny, I told you. I was wrong. For those of you who watched last week, the weekly True Crime and Chill, I was so certain for the CEO killing in New York. I was so certain they were not going to find the person. But a week later, there is somebody who is arrested for that crime. Again, innocent until proven guilty. And we will get into all of that. Mr. Beckham is going to break that down because there's been a lot that's happened in the last week just in that case alone. But I was very adamant and very certain that they were not going to catch the person, but somebody has been arrested. So as hard as it is to say, I was wrong. With that being said, again, when Mr. Beckham breaks everything down, I will say that there's a lot going on the internet right now. And I know where him being in a different state than I am, I would be very curious to hear what his news media is reporting versus what it's reporting up here in Massachusetts. But there seems to be a mix, for at least for me, still of people saying what he did was like almost glorifying what he did. There's a mix of that versus now that we're learning a bit more about who was arrested, there seems to be a little backlash because of who he is in his background. So there's a mix of that, but then there's also a large number of reports that even though somebody has been arrested and there's certain items kind of matching him to that people are still very certain that they have the wrong guy. They arrested somebody, but it's not the right person. And then there's a variety of reasons for that. So again, innocent until proven guilty. We'll break that all down. So while we're waiting on Mr. Beckham, let's see who is here and we will go from there. And if he's super late, which Beckham style will probably be the case, I have other cases that we can talk about in the meantime. So rest assured. Hello, Renee, Chris James, welcome. Doe Like Beauty, hello. Corey Novak, how you doing? Camp Elasticity Productions. Hi, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm home to check out the show. Awesome, Todd. Awesome. Worm, welcome. Renee, I heard that. Okay, what I heard was they did not, because there was government stuff. The loophole that I heard was that the reward money was going to be issued for, again, arrest and conviction. But if you called the FBI tip line and the McDonald's employee called local 911. So I heard they are not entitled to that reward money. That's what I heard. That's what I read. If anything changes from that, we'll see. But when I heard that, I was like, oh, damn, look at that loophole. But we'll see. Hey, Capone, almost home. We'll get there, for crying out loud. Let's see. Corey saying, yeah, we'll get used to it because you're also... I have no problem timing you out, sir. What will we get? Because you're also wrong. Oh my gosh, Corey. Behave, hon. Behave. Hey, Tony. Good to see you. Let's see. Bogus. I know. We'll see. Well, if it isn't okay, I don't know Star Wars, so correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the Dark Lord or the Dark Sith, Mr. Beckham?
Yo!
Did I get it right?
What?
I tried to compare you to Star Wars. Is it the Dark Sith, the Dark Lord, something like that?
No. Hey, Luke wore it too, so it doesn't matter.
Well, welcome, Beckham. Fashionably late as always.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, lucky for us.
Too bad my hoodie's not green.
Why is that?
Come on, dude, really?
Well, look at that, what you're drinking out of.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you not get what I just said? Are you wearing green for a reason?
It's December.
I thought you were matching Linguini or Luigi or...
Oh my God. Oh boy, we're gonna be in for a night. That's all I'm thinking. That's why
I'm like, I try to at least kind of resemble him a little bit.
We have a comment from Capone, Jar Jar Beckham. Hey, Shelly. Let's see. Hey, K-Dog. Use of unnecessary. Oh, with the poop. James Watson, hello, says Beckham is the Dark Sith Kirk from the Galactica. I have no idea what that means, but we'll go with it.
I was trying to go. I don't have a green hoodie. Oh, I kind of do. I should have gone with that one, but it's more of a. Yeah, I should have. I forgot the color.
Well, that's too bad.
I could change for you guys.
I don't even know. I don't even know why I let Beckham on. I really don't. But anyway, let me
Linguini. Let's talk about Linguini.
Not yet. Give me a second. And
Just
look what I'm drinking out of. Love it.
Oh, you got your new cup?
Well, yes. I haven't used it on the show yet, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Oh, the Paulcast is here. Quick hello before I take the boy to MMA. Well, hello, Paul. Good to see you. James says Linguini. At least you didn't call him Bukkake. Oh, God. Karen Reed. Yeah, if we have time, we'll get to Karen Reed. There really is like the tiniest little update from today that like if we don't get to it, it's not a big deal, but we'll cross that road. So before we get into this night's events, as you can see, I pinned a YouTube link. So this link is for James's channel. I will be doing the yearly holiday collab with James over on his channel, and that is actually tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon. So for those of you who are around, check it out, enjoy the chat, jump in. We are doing a top 10 holiday specials countdown. So both me and James, we've been doing these collabs for, I want to say like 3 or 4 years now. It's been a while. So check that out, subscribe to his channel, and that will be tomorrow at, gotta do the math here. So it's 2 p.m. Eastern. So that would be 11 a.m. Pacific. So check that out.
Oh, hey, Shelly's birthday is on Monday for everybody.
Shelly, we're gonna give that a star. Happy early birthday. And no hello for you, Danny. Fuck off, Paul. So Beckham, we'll have to talk off camera what you got Shelly for her birthday. It better be something good. If not, I'll give you hell. So we'll chat. Shelly, message me if there's something you want, and
I think you'll like it because I mean, besides
don't ruin it. Don't tell me off camera because you'll slip and you'll like say something.
Besides getting her own Danny After Dark merch.
I mean, that's really the only gift to give for birthdays, for Christmas, just because, like, yeah, Danny After Dark merch, that's the way to go. Or a Beckham candle if you're really desperate.
Yeah, I just showed you what. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, and you are still late. What the hell is burning in the back right now? It's certainly not the Beckham candle.
No, I'm not. I'm not burning them yet. I don't know if I should ever burn them. I'm scared to burn them.
You're scared to. You could buy more. That really helped me out.
That's true.
All right, is that forest fir that you're burning?
Still the same one, and but there is a red Catholic one looking one. So I got two burning. Can you see two?
It's hard to, yeah, now that you say it, but it's always hard to tell.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So there's actually two burning.
Wow, must be a special night. All right. So me and Beckham were, of course, messaging this entire week about, you already missed it. I apologize for being wrong. So there we go. Let's get that out of the way. So Beckham, why don't you break it down for these?
There is no breakdown of anything. Ugh. It's just linguine, or I'm sorry. What do you want to call him? Do you want to call him by his real name, by his play name, by his McDonald's play tag name, by what all the girls are saying he is, hottie to?
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. I'm ready. But
the CEO assassin. God, he's got like 3 or 4 different, game tags.
So what is his name?
His name is Louis. I think I don't know. I think it is. I could be saying it wrong, but Luigi Mangione. Okay, so I got Mangione. Yeah. So Mangione got what he surprisingly. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast, but I know we did this show on last Thursday or Friday night. I forgot which night it was.
Last Thursday.
This happened on Wednesday, I believe, right? The actual crime committed was on a Wednesday. I
hear one of my cats destroying something. I'm going to be listening, but I'll be right back off camera.
Okay, so it was just we talked about the show. We talked about it on the show last Thursday, and you were very adamant and confident because on the show we were talking about the airplane, thief. I can always forget that guy's name. Anyway, that was never caught since the 70s, almost 50 years. And you were very confident and adamant that this guy wouldn't be caught. I don't know if you said ever, but you said like a while. So I thought he would be caught, but that I honestly didn't think it was going to happen that quick because police were still fumbling around getting evidence and things like that all weekend. But yeah, so anyway, I guess the chase led to Pennsylvania. Yeah, DB Cooper, there you go. Thank you. The chase led to Pennsylvania, and You had you know, it was the breakfast time at McDonald's, um, where you know, a customer and an elderly gentleman that was, you know, drinking his morning coffee decided to take a look across the room and noticed somebody sitting there enjoying their hash browns, and lo and behold, it was Mr. Mangione. So police were called. They came, or he was arrested, and he was formally charged with. I think I want to say what second.
Yeah.
Um, what
Because
is it?
first in New York, I
Yeah,
was learning that first is only reserved for like the murder of like a cop or something like that. Even if you premeditate a murder, it is only if it's like a police officer or a law enforcement person.
yeah. So he was charged with second-degree murder charges in New York. There's other charges there with the gun, fake ID, that type of thing. But anyway, he was booked and charged and booked and all that. And of course, the story broke on Monday. You were you were disappointed because you didn't think he was gonna get caught at
Mm-mm.
all. I believe. I just thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be. I just didn't think it was gonna be as quick. But you know, NYPD. Or I mean, you know, it wasn't. I mean, the NYPD was getting to that mark eventually. They were, you know, they were saying he already had left the city. He had left all these markers, things like that, and they were gonna, you know, they were on their way to getting him, nabbing him. Of course, you know, and there's from this point, as soon as he got arrested and booked and formally charged, there's been a lot of crazy things happening since then. You have, you know, he got himself a lawyer, a very what do you call it? Sort of I don't know if he's prestigious, but I know that he's like one of a few that are able to handle these types of cases. First of all,
Yeah.
um, you know, so he was presently surprising it during his interviews, and he's been on interviews constant since Monday. His lawyer,
Mm.
and then you have the rest of the festivities that you probably will talk about here in a little bit, as far as all the rest of the stuff. But yeah, man. So anyway, he's been caught, Danny. He's been caught. Sorry about that, because you were very confident that he wouldn't be caught. So I don't know if ever. I'm not sure. I don't remember what you said, but
All right. So I didn't realize Beckham was turning this into a drinking game. Take a shot every time Beckham takes a little jab that I was wrong last week. I guess that's where we're going tonight.
yeah.
So let's see. You guys in the comments are like already going in on this, which I knew we would have to. Like, I mean, this is like the biggest case right now. So
Yeah, so his lawyer's name is Thomas Dickey, man. He's just been real adamant about believing in the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Pennsylvania,
mhm.
and how, as of last night, he had not seen any evidence. So he's very adamant about, hey, look, y'all keep the, you know, I'm doing these interviews. He's like, I'm doing these interviews. He's talking about the Constitution, how you know, to protect your rights, his rights, your own rights. And because, man, the questions from the media are just like, hey, they got this on him, he did this, he did that, this is who he is. And then he's like, whoa, 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 I have not seen any evidence of anything presented to me that I've even looked at, because he was trying to get him bonded, right? And he
Mhm.
disagreed with the judge. The judge denied him bond. He's like, look, I just agree. I just think that based on the law, and he would always put in there that he was one of a few lawyers that can handle these types of cases. He would always put that right at the end of the comment. I guess he's trying to sell himself, right, type of thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
uh, so he's like, I'm just one of few that could handle these types of murder cases and interstate cases. But anyway, so yeah, so he was very pronounced about the whole bonding thing and disagreeing with the judge. He's like, look, I don't care if it's $1, $10,000, or $100 million. I think there should be a bond set, and you're not. That's not right. Um, but then I believe something along the lines that if the crime had been committed in the state of Pennsylvania, he would have given him a bond. But because it's the two jurisdictional states here with the crimes involved, or
Mhm.
he was nabbed in one, and then, you know, he belongs to the, you know, he's fighting the
Fighting
jurisdictional issue.
extradition.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that that's why the judge did not set bond. So that he's just been very, very talkative in presenting that case forward, since he's not able to talk about the other stuff just yet because he hasn't seen any evidence. But it's just kind of been funny to see the jabs that he's getting and going back and forth with the people with the people in the media, because they're just keep throwing everything at him. But he's very positive that the relationship that he's formed with Linguini or Luigi, that they're that they should do all right together, and hopefully find a good measure to defend him.
Yeah. Hey, Chaos, welcome. So I will go back to where you guys did start talking about this in the chat, because I want to obviously make sure that your opinions are heard in this. But James Watson very rarely says anything of value here. But tonight he's saying shit. Even Diddy's lawyer was saying how innocent he was. Lawyers are dirtbags. You were right on. Are you right on both sentences? Probably. But I mean, the first sentence, you're spot on. We have all this against Diddy, and yet his lawyers saying, so can we really go by just that alone? No. Chaos. Paul and Danny, what did you think? I haven't seen it. Beckham, have you seen it?
Yeah.
All right, let's
That's
table
another
that.
show. Yeah, well, that's the other. Yeah,
We'll table that.
we could go into that for an hour just alone, but
let's see. So James Watson also says call him unibrow.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh, yep. I saw
the unibrow. Yeah, the unibrow.
Didn't I share it with you, Paul?
You might have. I don't know. I just
where it was like, if the brows do not fit.
Oh, that's right. You did, like last week. Yeah, the other day. Yeah, you
did. Good luck to your kitty, Shelly. 100%. K-Dog says, I said by the weekend, I was off by a day. Capone, he doesn't even look like the guy. This is bullshit.
Oh, that's a good point, Capone, because that's what I've been saying too. The pictures and images that they have him on the train, or him somewhere on the bus or something, right? To me, they don't match the original photo and video of the first guy or the first person. I don't know, it could be female, but I'm just saying you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Height, maybe, in stature and in height, maybe. But facial to me does not match the same person. So I don't know if that's, did he have an accomplice? Was this a two-man mission? Or
did he change his appearance?
You never know. You're right.
It
could be. Hey, you know what's crazy? Have you seen those masks there's two things that I've seen online in recent months. Is a complete makeover, like almost like prosthetics, or like that you can put over yourself, like they would do in movies, it's real easy to put on, and you look like a different completely person, right? And I've also seen like a sheer cover mask type thing that really looks like another person. So yeah, I mean, if I'm standing next to you and I put this thing on, you're gonna be like, oh, that's fake. But from a distance and from something on video, that would look like a completely different person. And it looks like it's really like silk. It just looks something really simple, and you could breathe through it, right? It doesn't.
Haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I've been seeing it prior to what happened last week with this murder, but I've been seeing that in the last few months on social media. So you never know. You're right. He might have had another type of disguise. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Before we we'll get to you guys' comments in the chat, but before you came on, I was saying that even though someone's been arrested, that there seems to be a lot of a mix now between people still glorifying what he did, and now that people are finding out his background, they're a little bit more hateful towards what he did, and that's kind of a disadvantage now. And then there's also people who think, all right, we got the right guy, and a lot of people who are saying doesn't look like him. I think they got the wrong person. There's a lot.
There is a lot. And I was going to start the show off by saying, move over all these women, all these criminals, or murderers in the limelight for women liking them. because they got a new guy. There's a new guy.
Oh, yeah, they do.
There's a
Oh,
new
we're going to get to that.
there's a new sheriff in town.
Yep, we are going to get to that. Scott Peterson and Chris Watts.
There you go. I was gonna
Sorry.
Scott Peterson and even Richard Ramirez. I didn't know Richard. I saw the new documentary on him the other night. I didn't realize he had such a huge women following for
Oh my
at the
God.
time. Yeah, he did, and they
I
really
talked about that with Nicholas Schreck when Nicholas
yeah
was on my channel.
right yeah.
Which
So go ahead.
it's one of those, okay, Richard Ramirez was walking around the streets, a free man back then for how long? No girls thought he was cute
Right,
then.
exactly. You're right. No, that's a really good point.
Like, that stuff just pisses me off.
Well, you're right. You're right, and they do bring that up, and they talk about that, and they have Ramirez on audio talking about that he just everything changed. Everybody saw him different, or I'm not even saying everybody. Women saw him different, and he apparently was getting. I mean, a lot of the documentary, not a lot of it, but some of it is about that his glorified persona that he took on, right? And that he got to wear sunglasses in the courtroom. He got anyway. We're going into the other realm. I'm just saying. I was going to start the show off by saying, "Hey guys, move over. You got a new sheriff in town."
Luigi is definitely that new guy. Let's see. So Renee is saying that reward stuff money makes me mad. Oh, 100%. Todd says someone said it was his big nose. They knew who he was by the end of the first day. See, K-Dog, I disagree. Granted, I was wrong last week, but that's one of the things me and Beckham went back and forth so much about was there was only a $10,000 reward. And then what was it, Beckham? They upped it to 60?
50,000.
50? And I was like, okay, they don't have anything if they're upping it, because if they had their person, they, I don't know. Just
for me, it was more. It wasn't the police doing the amount. It was the employer of the guy. Like, how much did he really matter to y'all? Like you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And trust me, how much I talked about how much he helped them earn in one fiscal year.
Billions.
It was like,
hundreds of billions.
200 something $billion, not million, billion, like 200 something $1 billion or something crazy. Anyway, so to me, it was more about, hey, was this guy not worth it to you guys to just offer like $10,000?
I know. Renee is saying it's him. They have a lot of physical evidence.
I believe so, yeah.
James is saying, oh my God, they have his pictures, prints, a manifesto confessing he did it. What more do the authorities need? The gun. Let's see.
The gun was so the gun was a 3D printed gun, I believe.
It was a ghost gun.
Ghost gun, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things, K-Dog, was that what we've been hearing is when he checked into the hostel, he used a certain fake ID. And that, from what I've been reading, that's where we get the photo of him without the mask, because the hostel worker had to, I hear a mix of flirting with him, but then a mix of, okay, we need to see your face to match the ID. So that's them. Also, when he was caught in Altoona, Pennsylvania at that McDonald's, he had that particular ID on him, the one that he checked into the hostel in New York with. Capone, as per usual, every commie's a trust fund baby. It's good, deserves a show or two. I'm missing. I'm behind. What were you referencing? I'm sorry. Please let me know. Please do a show. Oh, you're talking about the Ramirez thing. Yep. Got it. Okay. I'm back. Renee's saying, please. It's the guy. Robin saying, hey, everyone. Yes, Beckham. I've seen those masks. Okay, Robin. Yeah, I've not heard of them. But
dude, you could get away. I'm just saying. In a city like New York, you put one of those on, and everybody's into their own little world, and it's a fast moving city. You could do whatever you want, and you'd have one of those on, and you could be a completely different person. If you're a black person, you become white. If you're white, black, Mexican, whatever. You can be a whole different person with that. You could be a female or a male with it, so it doesn't even matter.
You could
Yeah,
change, gender,
right.
ethnicity,
With
everything.
in a fast city, I think it would really throw it would throw everybody off. Yep.
Especially, where we are in the winter cold months where everybody's kind of bundled up. And I feel like I don't know how the masks are, but I'm thinking if it's something you pull over, just throw like
Right.
a scarf around yourself and you won't see, it would just blend.
It would be easy, and they would never know it's you. Like literally,
So
unless
if
you had.
I got a mask made that was kind of
You don't
imitating,
need one made. You can just buy one of those online on Amazon somewhere.
you're messing up where I'm going with this.
Oh, sorry,
That kind of looked like Mr. Beckham. And I walk into a Starbucks and I'm like, hey, darling, get me a coffee.
You got to tell them your name. You know, when they ask you for the name, that's where the intrigue comes. It's kind of like the mystique. That's where it.
Lord help us all.
I did the first time that ever happened to me. I actually picked up wings from Hooters. And I used my Google account. And I didn't realize it. And they're like, the girl's like, "Oh, Mr. Beckham."
Oh my God!
I threw me off because I didn't know that's how the order was gonna come out either. It was funny, man. It was she was flirting. It was pretty funny.
Oh God! I mean, to you, who doesn't?
It was just funny. As I'm just saying,
God, some girl could be like, drop dead, get out of my way, and you'd be like, oh my God, she was totally flirting with me.
No, I'm never. I don't do that. Stop it.
Oh boy. Before I make myself sick. Okay. I'm just joking. K-Dog is saying they were able to follow every step he took with the cameras. That's one of the things that we are hearing is that they were able to map out everything. The guy who got arrested seems like a trust fund commie agitator trying to muddy the waters of the investigation. James, I'm just waiting to see how disappointed all the women will be when it turns out he's gay. Worm, thank you. Chaos thinks you're funny, and that scares me. Chaos.
Thank you.
I'd like a wellness check. I'd like a wellness check done. I'm just kidding. The guy doesn't even have a working dick. Who cares what he looks like?
We'll get to that. I will get to that here in a little bit. We'll talk about the.
Beckham, tiny 3 pockets bleeding a lot more than. Oh, Kitty. Why would the company help? The CEO brought heat on the company for his insider trading shit. Yes, we are hearing.
I mean, but we don't really know a lot of that. That's a small speculation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I don't think we'll hear about that till trial.
Yeah, I don't know about all that stuff. It's just it's hearsay. So that's initially people saw him as a hero because of that whole political connection, insider trading stuff going on, that type of thing. So there's not enough for us to really talk about in that sense. All of that speculation.
Thank you for clarifying. I figured it out a little late, but thank you. K-Dog wants to be Chuck Norris. Yeah, sure. I'm sure they have a Chuck Norris mask. Let's see. Renee,
wait. Can you kick like Chuck?
K-Dog, I think Beckham is challenging you.
Can you do a roundhouse?
$100 if you take Beckham out in one kick.
I have a really good back spinning kick to the kidney, to the liver.
Why don't you film that and we'll upload it online?
I'll practice
create a Patreon.
When I see you next time, I'll practice
just so
it.
you can do that.
Next time, I'll practice it. And we'll have you be like, here, stand right there, hold your buck, and let me just. It's not a very high kick. It's like mid-level. I don't have to kick high, so it's good.
Between you making those claims, Paul going off to what was it, karate or something? I don't know. I think I could still kick both of your asses, but I'm just saying. But I fight dirty, so it is what it is. Renee saying he didn't. He was radicalized in college. Remember, Penn president was pushed out.
Oh, I didn't know that about the Penn president. Why was the Penn president pushed out?
Oh
I did not know
God.
do you know?
Oh God, I heard about it.
See, I hadn't heard that or I hadn't seen that, but
So
I believe
I
it.
forget. I forget. Renee, type in the chat, please. What happened?
He's a smart guy, dude. Smart
Oh,
kid, man.
brilliant.
Like
Brilliant.
valedictorian of his high school. I think he's
Look
double
at that.
degreed. He's an IT guy or
He was
whatever.
valedictorian.
Yeah,
I heard his
valedictorian. Yeah,
speech.
yeah. Oh, that's
I
right.
heard
Yeah.
audio of it.
So smart kid, man, had a whole bright future ahead of himself. All of that. But then we'll start to talk about the dark side here in a minute.
Mm-hmm. James Watson, as soon as I heard he went to an Ivy League university, I was like, that explains everything. PJ, welcome. Let's see.
Danny,
Why
I'm
would
not even gonna try to mention. Well, because the Hooters, I was over there in Arlington
he's there
by.
for the wings, just the
Yeah, I
wings.
was there for the Wings. The one over there in Arlington by the Rangers Stadium and the Cowboys Stadium. So I was close by over there.
All right, everybody. So if you are in the Texas area, head over to that Hooters. There's a chance you might run into Mr. Beckham.
I'm not living there anymore, goofball.
I don't think he's gay, but I heard on another podcast that he was impotent due to surgery, which that's one of the things I heard too was because of his back, he was not able to have sex.
So we'll get into that here in a second. Danny, I'm not even
William,
gonna try to
give you a star for that.
you're the I'm gonna have you read his physical issue. Because that word is like impossible for me to read. Do you know
What do
what?
you
Have you
mean?
seen it? What he has a condition. Here, I'll type it out in the. Yeah. Here.
His condition.
I'm gonna put it in our chat here. Hold on.
Yeah, put it in our chat and I'll read it and I'll butcher it.
Here, I just put it. It's
right,
like
cool.
it's like a spinal. He's had surgery and.
My best guess would be spondylolisthesis.
Ooh, that wasn't bad. Say it again.
Lithosis. Yeah, I'm going with the first way I said it. It's probably still wrong, but that's all I got.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what. It's a condition in the bone in which a bone in the spine steps out, and it causes, of course, everybody here has probably some sort of. You guys have all been injured at some point in your life, and that kind of thing. We've all had injuries and that type of thing. So you know about you. I'm pretty sure everybody's had some nerve pain at some point. So it's basically it's rubbing on some nerves, and I believe those nerves are causing pain in his legs, some paralysis or numbness, not paralysis, sorry, some numbness in his back, pain in legs, numbness, all that in his legs and in that area. That's kind of what we've gotten so far. I think he's had surgery to try to help it. Hasn't worked, and he suffers from that condition to where it's like it can be very, very painful. And eventually, yeah, so eventually if the surgeries don't work and the steroid shots don't work, it's a very, very uphill battle, and not being able to, you're normally going through about your daily life, right? And sleep deprivation is one of the main things because you're in pain all the time. You can't sleep. So, and what happens to the mind when you can't sleep? I was kind of reading some of these conditions kind of go along with it, and yeah, I mean, you're in pain all the time. You're miserable, all that kind of stuff, man. You're not getting any sleep. Your mind ain't right. All that kind of stuff could combined make anybody go. And I'm not, I feel sorry. I feel bad for the guy. It can make anybody go, have a go crazy, not necessarily crazy, but just not be right, And I think that's where when people are now learning about a condition, I think more people are starting to realize that, hey man, if you've ever had any of that type of pain, it could be really, really just damaging to your well-being, overall well-being.
Yeah. Sam Smith, hi, welcome, Sam. Says, did you guys see his x-ray? It looked like the alien was attached to his
Yeah, I
back.
mean, he's had this major surgery back there, and the screw those. Oh, I saw the one of the news people had a doctor, and the doctor went about and explained the type of surgery, and those are some sort of metal screws, of course, that are keeping the spine and the what do you call it, that It's doing something keeping in the discs. I'm sorry, the spine and the disc connected, and yeah, so it kind of went into a little bit of that, but yeah, man, I just feel. I mean, I know he committed. I mean, well, I can't say I know he hasn't been proven guilty yet, but
Mhm.
it looks like he could be the guy, and it's very unfortunate that two lives were have potentially been destroyed here for this medical issue. And I don't think I want to say, Danny and everybody in the chat, I don't think he had a insurance issue. I think they're saying that so far nothing has come up where he was denied or anything like that as far as insurances and things like that. I did go into a whole column of people going into the messaging boards and stuff like that, to where people were talking about that they've dealt with similar issues, medical issues, and they've had to go through like 2 or 3 doctors just to get approval for MRIs and things like that, and you're just prolonging the situation for
Mhm.
surgeries and things like that, right? I did read a lot about that. And there was a couple of people in there in the insurance, in this medical insurance business, that talked about, litigations between companies. It's almost like to me, it almost sounded like you know how you're in a car accident and they're trying to figure out whose fault it is. And then both insurance companies send their adjusters or whatever, because one company doesn't want to pay, and it's that person, and they're fighting each other. This has actually happened to me. They're fighting each other, and it takes like a year and a half for somebody to make a ruling on it and say, no, it really was your fault. You insurance A, insurance B, or company A and B. Well, it's actually your insurance B. It's your fault. You need to pay, right? And it takes like a year and a half. I was kind of getting the sense of that from the people that do work in that industry, where you have two types of insurances that are finding that, no, we don't want to pay for the MR. No, it's that kind of thing, and it can prolong the process to get to that certain point. Of course, if the person's in a lot of pain and they're dealing with this and they keep getting the runaround, and it's just a prolonging time period that they have to wait to finally get somewhere, to where they're feeling bad, right? They're
I
hurting.
think we've all been in that position
Right.
medically.
So yeah, I've been in it in the car thing, but I haven't. Fortunately, I was not in it. I've never dealt with that. I've been fortunate in the medical side, but
Oh God, I go through that all the time.
yeah. So that's what they were probably talking about. That he doesn't. He didn't. That so far, it's come out that he didn't have like anything active, but maybe that was probably the reasoning, that the prolonging of the coverage
Hmm.
issues. So
Yeah, so there bunch of great comments in the chat. We'll get to that in 1 second. I guess my thought, and I know Beck and we've talked about this off camera kind of this week as everything's been unfolding. And this is one where I've also been, of course, my coworkers, like everybody's talking about this right now. You know what I mean? And I guess my thought is a little multifold in regards to one, he's very wealthy. So I mean, granted, let's say that the, MRIs or CAT scans, whatever he was looking to get, let's say
mhm.
the insurance company was like, no, we're not going to cover it. You have to pay out of pocket. One, is it a shit thing that he would have to go through, that we've all been there and have to fight our insurance companies? Yes. But he's in a position, unlike a lot of us, from what we've been hearing, he comes from a very wealthy family. So if worse came to worse, he could afford it. I mean, that doesn't minimize and take away the fact that there's an underlying issue which is causing him pain, discomfort, affecting his everyday life. But if it was an issue just of getting the medical care he needs, he can afford it. My second thought is, and I
So
was
he could afford it. Yeah, you're
texting with
right.
somebody else today about this, and actually quite a few people about this, kind of like, okay, this will go to trial. I don't get how they're going to find an impartial jury, because think about it. If you go to, if you're called for jury duty and you go, and let's say it's a drunk driving case or something with a car accident, they're going to ask, have any of you guys been in this, a car accident?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then they
You're right. Yeah,
exclude you.
everybody will be. Yeah.
Everybody's going to say, I've been denied by insurance. I've been, like, everybody at some point has. So how are you going to really find a completely impartial jury? I don't know. I don't know.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And to like, I know Sam sometimes comes in with points from across the room. talked about. I did, Sam. To your point, I did see something that came across the desk about um when he got to Hawaii. I'm not sure the time frame when exactly it was, but he spent like 7, 8 months in Hawaii or something like that. Um, that he got into psychedelics and he got into that kind of stuff, and that that could have worked. You know how they start the conspiracy theories start to fly off the come on start to fly, and some stick on the wall and some don't. But yeah, so there's been talk about not necessarily any government MK Ultra stuff, but the fact that he got really into the psychedelic stuff, and that maybe that's what turned him, or maybe altered his mind in a sense to think that this was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Sam, I have seen articles about that, possibly MK Ultra with this, and I was like, wait, we're really trying to make that connection. All right, let's go back a minute to the chat and get caught up with you guys. K-Dog says, me and my two buddies went to a Hooters once, and our server was a chick we all dated. Well, K-Dog, interesting. Just waiting to see if Alvin Bragg screw it up if he's still here in New York. Renee.
Okay, Renee with the star. Oh my God, that was funny.
I hope his cellmates or showermates don't poke themselves. Oh my God.
Renee, if you had delivered that comment in person, the way you would have delivered it would have been like how funny it would have really been. Did you bring her comment up yet? Have you not gotten there? Am I ahead of you?
I'm still behind. Give me a minute. He wrote about anti-capitalism. Hey, Tony Stewart, good to see you.
Hey, Tony.
K-Dog says, sounds like meth. Back pain didn't do it. He's all anti-capitalism, but like all anti-cap. Yeah, that's me too.
All right. That wasn't as funny as Renee's comment, though.
He was damn able to ride a bike, run across the street, and carry a backpack. That I know. That's one of the things that's being talked about.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
They're here, Tony. You missed. Was it Selena earlier?
They're gone. They're not even behind you no more.
Yeah. His family has plenty of money. Why can't he work and get his own insurance? Or just enter a plan, get on it for himself. But you're right. Oh no, I lost my.
Holy crap, Charlie 16. How's retirement?
All right, let's see. I heard his rich grandma left him money.
Yeah, we know all that. They're very well off.
Todd says insurance companies suck. Yeah, well said. Hey, Doug Smith, welcome. Let's see. Renee, they will ask if that juror, if it would impede their ability to follow the right. No, Renee, you're right. I'm just thinking, it's gonna be a tough one, because then the defense is gonna have to think, okay, if all of these people have been affected by an insurance company claim or denying them or whatnot, and they're all saying, yes, I can be impartial. Can they really? It's just an extra barrier that I think the defense is going to have to really, it's going to be a hurdle. He got psychedelic. I can't even say that. Penn altered his mind.
Psychedelicized.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I could say that even.
Hey, let's get psychedelic. That's what I was laughing at right there. Go back to her comment. It was like she Penn altered his mind. It was right after we were having this. Had she said that in in a conversation, the timing of it would have been impeccable. It made me laugh. Yeah.
I take your word for it. Let's see. Charlie 16 and the other guy. I'm going to give you a star for that, Charlie. Hope you're doing good, hon. Long time no see. Let's see. Hold your fire, Beckham. Making more money as a consultant. Good for you.
Good for you, man.
You know what? Awesome. With that, Charlie 16, I don't know if you still have to do your holiday shopping, but the Danny After Dark merch store would be a great place.
Yep, you can get you a candle right here like I do.
Get you a mug.
I can never get this on the right angle with the camera. There you go. What scent will I be burning tonight?
Doug Smith. Yes, that's one of the things that we've been hearing is that I heard the word idolized, that he idolized Ted Kaczynski. And has
Calm down, Danny.
manifesto, but to
Calm
be
down, Danny. That's kind of a harsh. That's kind of a up there.
that is one of the terms I heard. I'm not making that up. To be fair, I own Ted Kaczynski's manifesto and I've read it multiple times. I think everybody's read it, but
The only thing about me and the Unabomber was when I was a mailman a long time ago, the post office I was at shut down because it was during the height of his criminal career. That one of the packages was this was before social media, before all the tech we have now. So it was a package and it was buzzing. And the whole the post office shut down, and you had like police and everybody show up because it was like it was the box package was buzzing. I don't know, I can't confirm what was in the package.
I think we all know what was in the box.
I was really young. I was at a young age, but I wasn't Mr. Beckham yet. I was innocent. But I was just like, what? The whole thing shut down, man. The whole post office got shut down.
All because someone's vibrator just started going. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
But no, I mean, before like someone takes my comment out of context, to be fair, so Ted Kaczynski's manifesto is it's a good read in the sense that for me personally, as you're reading it, like a lot of and I've heard this from so many people that have read it, where a lot of his just general ideas about society and technology, like, they make sense. But then as his manifesto goes on, you see where it just shifts from like, okay, that's a great thing to look at, to like, oh no, he's taking the wrong approach to doing that. So for me, you kind of see that as you read it. But yes, we have been hearing that he did look up to Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Hey, Worm got my outfit, by the way. I thought you were wearing green for that reason. You're over here. I'm wearing green because it's Christmas. Oh, come on, Danny.
It's December.
But your color green that you have on is the same exact color that his jacket was. I don't have that green color.
My subconscious, maybe, I don't know what to tell you.
Speaking of, there's two things that have skyrocketed as far as besides your merch, but three things. Is the jacket that he wears, that he's worn, that whatever style of jacket, sales have skyrocketed. Number one, anything to do with Super Mario Brothers has skyrocketed, especially the character. Yeah.
What?
Yes. So a lot of the stuff that he's worn has skyrocketed in sales. It's out there. You can go look. The jacket.
That I get. I don't agree, but I get it.
Yeah, with the Super Mario Brothers, Luigi, especially the green what do you call it? Hat with the L on it. That's Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, that thing is flying off the shelves. Like
I just lose faith in humanity more and more every single damn day.
It's either that or the girls. When we get to the girls here in a second, I'm pretty sure you're gonna. But yeah.
He wrote a review on Goodreads. Yes, I did see that, Renee. I did see it. Let's see. James Watson, I'm an asshole and I don't shoot people. I'm going to give you a star for that because that is I agree with you, James. Like, I feel right now we're on the same wavelength. Charlie16 is trying to be innocent-minded as well, thinking that vibrator that shut down your post office was actually hissing cockroaches.
Yes, postal inspections. Hey, there's a report actually going out, Charlie16, that the post office inspector general, or part of the OIG or postal inspection service, really does not have very many agents out there, which is crazy. I was gonna throw that out there.
All right, so we're like almost an hour in and we're still talking. There's so much to talk about with this case. If we don't get to anything else tonight, like, it's fine. But so
no, I think everybody, let's just keep talking about.
Luigi.
Luigi,
So I
but
took a
no,
screenshot.
but did you see what James posted about linguini's going off the shelves?
I swear to God,
That's a good one, James.
I know you're
Good one,
joking,
James.
but if that actually was happening, I would just be like, I just give up now.
That was funny.
Give up.
That made me laugh.
So I took a screenshot of my, like, I just pulled up on my iPhone today. Like, I just Googled Luigi Mangione, and oh, Tony.
Hey, Auntie Mimi, if you're there, hello.
So now, if you type Luigi Mangione's name, the top searches that came up for me.
No, it's because Google knows you're a girl.
No.
Yeah, dude, Google knows everything about you. I'm telling you,
you're not wrong on that.
Your phone and your computer, everything. It knows what you look at. You're looking at shoes and Tron, your next Tron series shirt you're gonna wear on the channel. It's gonna look.
Oh, it's such a shame his internet connection died. But
trust me, that's why I brought that up. But go ahead anyway.
Ever Google the secondary market? Doug, yes. Heaven's Gate is like the one cult that I am most interested in. I know everybody goes to Jonestown.
Which one's that one? That the one that drank the Kool-Aid?
Jonestown is it wasn't actually
drinking.
Kool-Aid, but that's Jonestown. No, Heaven's Gate. Oh,
what's that one about?
That's a whole 2-hour conversation.
No, just give me like drinking Kool-Aid or reading the Bible, like Catholics, or what? Like
what's my takeaway from Heaven's Gate? He advised the males to all get castrated for him.
Okay, that's again. Okay, done. Anyway, okay, so going back to
I knew that would get you off the topic. Yep. So Googling Luigi Mangione, my top stories were, and this is on K Fox, Free Luigi, internet swoons over sexy murder suspect as fascination with him grows. There's an Instagram page that, as of yesterday, had 18.4 thousand likes, and it was, the group is called, or the title is called, Luigi Mangione may have not murdered in cold blood, but boy, he's hot.
No, dude, I read one of a girl. She was like in the garage, on the counter, on the floor, against the wall. I mean, she just went on in description, and she's like, she like named like 15 different things and styles or whatever, and then just put like, she didn't care.
Yeah, no, as Beckham said very early on when he was late to the show, that Luigi Mangione he's the new guy. He is the new guy. Females are up in arms over this guy. His mail is going to be through the roof of women. And I'm sure men too. I mean, it's 2024, most 2025. It is what it is. But again, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. If anybody is interested in learning a bit more on this phenomenon, it's called hybristophilia. I did a whole episode on it. Go back, check it out. I reference a bit of research that was done on it, like legit research that was done on it. But from a male's perspective, Beckham, like, what is your take on all of this? Are you surprised? Are you not? Like, just be raw and honest. What are you thinking with all this attention?
Well, I've always talked about how I don't think he's getting the same attention from older women. I think they're more of the younger women, of course, like, college age girls and women into their 20s. And dude, I'm telling you, it's all good and fun because girls always fall for the bad guy, right? The bad guy, the guy who wears dark clothes, the cool jacket, the sunglasses, whatever. And then when they get to the age of 30 and realize that money is important and health insurance is important and a house is important, all those other things that are much more important, that's when they leave the bad guy and they go for the hardworking guy or whatever, the normal guy, right? So I just think it's more of it's the attraction, the allure of. There was two things: the allure to did he actually do something good for the people, like what do you call it?
A
What's the
vigilante.
yeah, that guy, or the guy that steals from the rich and gives to the poor.
Robin
Um,
Hood.
Robin Hoodish, right? That type of thing. A lot of girls or women, young women. I'm gonna say young women, but rather. So a lot of young women feel that he's a good looking guy, he's fit, um, and that type of thing. But and it's probably just a craze. I know that he has like almost not a GoFundMe, but some sort of fund going right now, and it's at like 55 as of tonight. It was like at $55,000.
Why?
So
He has
people
so
are
much. He
donating to his
has money.
cause. Yeah, people are donating to his cause. Um, and
Jeez.
right, and I think that in these days, it's almost like these young women, and I guarantee it's a lot of the college age girls. They're just fascinated by he's a smart guy. He puts his
Mm.
opinions out there for, I guess nowadays it's almost like you got to be on Instagram, you got to be on this, you got to be able to, hey, oh wow, you can't like what's her name just said that he did a review on a book on books or whatever,
Yeah,
and
Renee did
yeah, a lot of that's
on Goodreads.
stemming, a lot
Yeah.
of the attraction is stemming from this guy who's good looking and is well educated and all this kind of stuff and all kind of stuff, and then now a vigilante type of thing. So you kind of have like Batman almost, but Batman actually, the character in Batman never actually kills anybody. That's the thing, right?
Neither did Robin Hood.
Right. So the allure is there, and it's captured some of the the mystiqueness, because like you said, at the peak, it was over the weekend. They didn't know who he was yet, or they had some images and that kind of thing. So yeah, so the allure is definitely, like I said, the bad boy, but at the same time, he's well read, well educated, well rounded, that type of thing. So yeah, definitely the allure for young women is there. And of course, man, we talk about this all the time. The interest now in true crime adds to that, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you've seen it live when you've gone to these shows, so
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a lot, man. It's a big onion to like, you know,
To
to, to
peel.
to peel there. And but yeah, he's got money. He's got the media is loving it because it's keeping them going. I know they
Hmm.
tried to do an interview last night from where he's at, and that he had the whole prison yelling out stuff. I forgot the location where he's at, where he's been housed right now. But yeah, the whole where he's being housed right now, they were just yelling out stuff, and he had he's definitely moving the meter and
Hmm.
in fandom, and fighting for what's right. He's definitely. I did see this. I wanted to make this point. I've got to remember. I did see it today. Um, they had somebody, the news channel had somebody very prominent actually say, look, I know what we don't, what's happened is bad, but he's actually brought there is a health insurance crisis going on, but he has brought that to light. He really, he did hone in on that. So the guest speaker that they had today. So again, he has brought light to this crumbling system that is healthcare in America. So he has, there is a positive in that angle, but at what cost of a life, right? And
Yeah.
then just as that was happening, you had that whole subway thing going down with the cost of life, right? So
Hmm.
it's kind of like they were kind of ramming against each other. Both stories were. So
Yeah. So you make an interesting point in regards to, I was looking at it more of women, again, mostly women, being attracted to him because, like the allure of, a bad boy, someone committing a crime, but in a bad way. But on the flip side, there are such a large amount of people that genuinely think what he did was the right thing. And so I guess, you get a different kind of woman looking at it because of this. In the end, a life, like you said, was still taken. But I just want to add, Another thing that could be drawing, women to this guy is the allure of celebrity. He has become the it guy right now. Again, not for a good reason, but nonetheless. So some of the women that might want to be linked to him, that would bring them almost a sense of celebrity as well in a small way, but nonetheless, they would be known for being connected to him. Just
Right.
putting that out there. So I don't know if you guys heard, and I heard it today on a podcast. So when he was brought to court, so one, as Beckham said earlier, he's fighting extradition, so he does not want to go he'll get dragged in the end. It is what it is, from Pennsylvania to back to New York. But when he was in court, he was, I don't know if you guys have heard it, but he's screaming and screaming. And one of the first public words that when he emerged from a patrol car and he shouted was, quote, "insult to the intelligence of the American people," end quote. And then deputies pushed him inside of the courthouse. Beckham, did you hear his audio from that, or did you see it?
Yeah. It's almost like he was basically saying that they had this. Well, I mean, you could have taken it different ways. Most people, including news outlets, things like that had it on, that were close enough to him, were saying it was almost like he was saying that they had the wrong guy. That type of thing. So I don't know. Like I said, and then that's when the whole MK Ultra thing started. That's when that started, because I'm not really sure. I can't say yes or no to him doing psychedelic stuff or whatever in Hawaii. That's just something that was put out there. We don't know if there's any truth to that, right? So I think that when him yelling out was kind of stirring the pot as far as conspiracy theories and things like that. That they had the wrong guy. How could you do this to the people? That kind of thing. So at this point right now, I really don't know what he meant by that. It is going to have to play out in court.
Yeah, where's Renee? His lawyer told him to shut up.
That guy that I talked about earlier did tell him to shut up. Yes.
One of the things that I heard as well, Beckham, I don't know if you heard it, was that he was allegedly planning to bomb Manhattan.
What I saw was that he wanted. No, he was this. Okay. So what I've seen so far is that guy was a target. What the CEO? What's his name?
Brian Thompson.
Yeah, he was a target. He was going to use a homemade bomb, right, type of thing. But that too many people could be at risk. Too many innocent people would be at risk. So that he went the other way. He went the other route. So I think that Thompson was definitely a target. Was the target, and he hit his mark, even though the mark was in the back.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So a bunch of you guys had some comments in the chat. We want to get to those. Beckham, you'll be tripping, checking out the.
No,
yeah.
I've
been to that site. The Heaven's Gate site is still.
But I don't want to deal with castration stuff and all that.
Oh my
No.
God, Beckham, there's
I'm
more
out.
to life than just penis.
I'm out.
Tony Stewart, I say he is a piss poor assassin. Let's go to McDonald's and hang out, and everyone recognizes me.
Oh, the funniest meme I did see, and I showed you, Danny, you guys earlier the other day, about somebody literally posted, and I don't know if everybody will get this, but it literally said, it had a picture of the Waffle House, and they said, had he gone to the Waffle House would have they probably would have helped him go against police.
That's so bad.
That was the people at Waffle House would not have turned him in. That made me laugh. That was funny.
There are so many memes.
You get it, right? You get the whole stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's so many memes now going on about this. I mean, not as much as like the whole Puff Daddy case, but it's like, oh my God, social media wasted no time. K-Dog, some OnlyFans chick claims she slept with 100 men in 24 hours. Oh, yes, I heard about that as well. I'm just waiting for her to end up pregnant and see how that goes. That's my thought. Yes, thank you, Eric. Please do, because I don't know what that is. Let's see. No, I did not. I'm not a fan of Netflix. Brought in by the government. Renee saying, I have United Health Insurance. I have had no problems. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's see. James Watson, he'll get dragged in the end. Doug Smith, I'm going to give you a star. I literally thought the same exact thing, that all these women that were interested in Brian Koberger.
Oh, that guy had a following? I didn't know he had a following.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
yes.
my God, I didn't know that.
Oh, there's a whole Facebook
Oh, had I
page.
known he had a following, I would have brought up the whole battle.
I would say not.
I'm sorry, I would have brought up the whole battle. I didn't know.
No, yeah. I mean, these both men awaiting trial. Oh my God, they're like, but Koberger's, he has his female followers. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's nothing to the level of like Chris Watts, Scott Peterson, like those type of that level. But Luigi Mangione will be that level. He's already showing to be that level. Welcome back, Shelly. I hope the kitty's doing okay. Let's see. And for everybody that doesn't know, Shelly's birthday's on Monday. So happy early birthday to Shelly. Everybody take a second to wish her a happy birthday, an early happy birthday. I agree, Beckham. If you just look at the homepage, it's like red alert. Yeah.
Hell no.
Shelly, in regards to like some of the memes going around about Luigi Mangione, says the funniest one I saw was Burger King said, "You should come here. We don't snitch." Hi, Karen Diamond. Welcome. Oh, well, thank you so much. Nice of you to join us. Let's see. Oh, James. You know what, James? I'm gonna give you a star for that too. That's pretty good. Oh my God. I literally said that at work to my coworkers today. I'm like, even Maury Povich doesn't have it in his budget to test 100 men. All right. Hi, Lil Milky. We are just still on Luigi Mangione. So the CEO exec murder.
And
so.
he has what's that word to use? He had his merch, his unauthorized or unofficial merch is flying off the walls.
Oh, like what he was wearing?
Yeah, the green jacket, the style of the jacket is like is selling, and so is anything Super Mario Brothers related, especially the little brother with the I always forget his name. Luigi with the hat anything Luigi, especially the hat, the winter hat with the L on it. It's green. That's green. That would match the jacket. Is flying off of the shelves.
All right, Charlie 16. That's pretty good. I'm gonna give you stars for that. So was there anything else that we missed about Luigi? Besides the supposedly the finger, he left a water bottle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the fingerprint. Yes, that they have a partial. They have whoa. They have a partial print on the water bottle. It's not a full print.
It's a match.
It's a partial matching print.
Candy wrapper. Was it a Starburst that he left at the scene? Fingerprint.
Yeah. We've covered everything. We've covered the girls after him. We covered his merch sales. We've covered his manifesto.
Everything but like the real information.
No, we covered everything. I mean, his surgeries issue. Hey man, if he look, I'm just telling you right now. I've seen this a lot. I've seen this with people, man. Like people that experience major body pain and things like that. It's a real thing, man, and it can really alter somebody's mind. Mm-hmm. It really keeping them from normal life. And if that really is the case, I know he took a life, but I don't pass judgment on anybody. There's only one entity that can do that. But I definitely can see where, if that is the issue, where it could have altered that. I would believe that more mind altering, situation type of thing than anything government MK Ultra. Because I'm telling you, man, when the body's in pain and you're experiencing that kind of pain and difficulty, with your everyday life, and you're not sleeping, you're not able to sleep, get the right amount of sleep, that mind will be altered.
You're not wrong on that. You're not wrong on that.
But was it? I mean, if I'm not saying that, of course, what he did was wrong. I'm just
But this
saying
was well planned and
it
well thought out.
was.
So this was not in a moment of, a moment of
Right.
just
Yeah, and
snapping.
right, and we don't know yet. But there's no current case there, as far as we know. There's nothing pending with him and any sort of medical insurance issues or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no open case or anything that's pending, that type of thing. That I think people have researched into it. So there's nothing of that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, his case got denied 2 weeks ago or last month or something, or something like that, right? For medical improvement or something. So I haven't. He doesn't have anything as of yet, and nobody's found anything. So
I'm actually honestly, I'm surprised we are being told as much as we are, which makes me wonder what else is there that we're not going to find out until trial, because we're not, they're not going to give it all up now. So I just wonder what else there is. I know they found, the police that arrested him, they found a spiral notebook on him. There was writings about, again, anti-establishment, his gripes with healthcare and all of that. And I'm just putting it very simply. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. But yeah, there seems to be a lot pointing his way. But then there's also still a decent amount of people that are saying the pictures and what he had doesn't 100% match up. What is the motive in regards to, he is very financially well off. He has the money. So
yeah, right.
There's just so much, like, what you could put one argument one way, but then there's another way to look at it where it's like, well, it could go either way. I don't know. I think right now we're going to hear a lot and then it's going to die down.
I mean, you got you have, there's a spectrum here with with what's her name? God, hold on. My mind just went blank for a second.
Your mind's blank all the time, hon.
What's her name what's her name talked about him being, changed by Penn?
Oh, Renee?
Renee, you got when people like
Renee.
You're talking about people. I'll forget people's names all the time. It's like Renee brought up a good point. He could have been changed with the school and that kind of thing. That directional change of a young student's mind. It could have started there. It could have been the medical. I mean, there are so many potential causes of why Brian Thompson was the target. You got the altering mind of the college at the young mind, the college setting. You have the pain management issue. Then you have the healthcare system issue. So I think and then there's there's just a wide spectrum for me in this case to name the real reason, the real cause. Yeah.
Yep.
But for sure, Brian Thomas was the target, it seems.
Oh, I think no matter what side you're on, that's abundantly clear, because there were tons of people coming and going. They were not the target.
No, Renee, you could be spot on, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I remember in college, and these professors, they could have a real, on a young adult's mind, you thinking they get you thinking a certain way or believing a certain way, and some of these classes that you take, and then gauge you and and then say, hey man, this is like, here's an idea, here's some books on this theory, or here are some books on this I specified idea. And a lot of classes can be really trajectory into changing it, or changing a young mind. It really can happen. It does happen. Maybe not to the extent of this, right? But it does happen, and it's happened throughout, because college has been around. So
oh gosh, yeah,
education, right? Education, right, yes.
Yeah, it's not spoken about when, being in college and education shaping someone's mind for the good. That happens all the time.
Right.
That's not going to get talked about. But
no,
the views. But think about it.
Radicalization, right? The radicalization.
It does go out the other way.
Sure, right. Yeah, but hey, Renee has a great point right there. Yep. It could easily be that.
Yep. Charlie 16 made a great said it very, very well here.
Yeah, I
Way,
mean,
way too
right.
early to draw any type of
That's what
conclusion.
the Charlie 16 sounds like the lawyer.
Well, you know what? Well,
Dickie.
if I'm
What's
in
his
trouble,
name?
call Charlie 16. Yep. Only if David
Hold on.
Dunetti and Alan Jackson are not available. So, okay, I think.
Yeah, Thomas Dickie, man. That guy's hilarious. That guy, hey, he's all about the Constitution and the not only the United States Constitution, but the state constitutional, your state constitutional rights. And if you're ever charged with murder in the state of Pennsylvania, he's one of like 2 lawyers that can help you.
Well, you
Or
know
I'm sorry, if
what?
you're ever charged with secondary murder, yeah. Oh, it's funny. I like how he always throws it all in the back end. He always puts it in there. That guy, he's a little bit of a character, and he's basically saying what Charlie 16 said. Hey, I haven't even seen the evidence. What are you charging my client with? Stop. He's almost telling him, hey, whoa, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. We don't know anything yet. I haven't even seen the evidence. That it's so if you get a chance to see the interview of his lawyer, Thomas Dickey, yeah, take it, have a sit down and check it out. It's pretty entertaining.
My minor was philosophy. Yeah. So, yeah, I can see how that would happen. Danny, I would take your case pro bono. Yeah, I'm going to give you a star for that. If I could give you 2 stars for that. Why is that funny, Becca?
Charlie, just don't let this public know about her little operation she had in high school going on.
Oh my God.
And with that, I'm gonna get me a drink. I'll be right back.
One of my friends who tuned into the she's like just getting into true crime. She heard us reference that on a different show, like an earlier show, and she's like, what was this? And I've been close friends with this girl. It's not Liz, but another friend that me and Liz have. And she had no idea. I think I just assumed she knew, but she was smart, so she got good grades, so it didn't matter. And I told her, and she was like, I didn't know you did that. And I was like, yeah. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, go back. Yeah. So anyway.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I'll message you after with who that friend is. But yeah, it was just so funny. She's like, I had no idea you were doing that. I'm like, yeah, well, my side hobby in high school, I guess. All right, I think we have.
Yeah, you got some fans that would commit crimes for you, Danny, in the chat.
This channel does not promote or condone violence of any kind. Let that be. Let's just get that straightforward. A Becca martini, very dry. No kidding. The 6th.
That used to be my favorite drink, was a martini. Bruised. Do you know what bruised means?
Yes.
What?
Damn it! No, I don't.
Dude, huh?
I don't. What does it mean?
Let's see. K-Dog, do you know what bruised, martini bruised? Well, not all bartenders can do it either. So what it is like, okay, and I can tell just by how good a waiter is, but it's I'm sorry, a bartender.
Where it's been overshaken.
Well, hold on. It has to have. I've seen it perfectly to where, like, it has this really thin sheet of ice. I'm not talking just ice cubes thrown or just or whatever thrown in there. No, I'm talking. It's really set so smooth. You can't see the sheet of ice, but you can taste it. So when you taste it, it's got that rim of coldness added to the drink. It's not easy to do, man. I mean, it's like a sheet of ice. You can't really see it. It's like a glare that comes off of the top of the martini. But I've had a few bartenders that can do it that have been good enough to do it. No.
Okay, I thought you were describing something totally different than what I was picturing, but okay, all right.
Charlie, really? Oh my God.
He's not wrong. But hey Craig, how you doing, hon? All right, so for those who want, oh no, Tuca was coming here and now he just ran off. Sorry, I was gonna grab him for y'all. All right, so we're about an hour and a half in. We've only talked about Luigi Mangione, which is fine. I think we've kind of finished what there is for the week on him. Would you say so, Beckham?
Yeah, I think I believe we covered everything. We've covered his everything from, like I said, girls, fame, murder, the lawyer, the court. Well, he hasn't had a court case date yet, but we
No.
talked about what he yelled out. We talked about his amount that he has in a fund going right now, 55,000. We talked about it almost like he's got notoriety in prison where he's at from last night's interview. People yelling out of the holding place. I think we covered his surgery, his health, right, and his
Mm-hmm.
possible Marxism, trend in college, and even up to a possible conspiracy theory of being MK altered with his
Hot.
potential psychedelics in Hawaii while he was spent 8 or 9 months there. So I think we've covered it completely in an hour and a half, or
Okay.
almost. So yeah, I think we got it all, man.
Good, good. So, Doug. Yes.
No, I don't. Oh my God, no! Don't torture me, Danny.
No, we need to talk. I'm not going to read the 3-page Sarah Boone letter in its entirety. Did you read it when I sent it to you, Paul and Liz?
No, it's too long, and I couldn't read the cursive.
Some of her words I couldn't make out. I will give you that. But if you don't know what me and
Dude, I'm sorry.
And Doug are talking
the
about,
same. Just real quick, the same day you send me that, you put that thing out. That morning, I was asked to translate a Spanish death certificate, and it was all in cursive, and I was like, "Oh my God, I couldn't." So I was dealing with that. You had given the guest a message about that thing. I looked at it. It was like, hell, nope, sorry, I'm not reading. I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, if it means anything, kids today aren't learning even how to write. They're in school on iPads and computers. So, there we go. But anyway, for those of you who would like to read the full thing, all you have to do is Google Sarah Boone letter and it will come up. She wrote a letter to, she addresses the letter to Mr. Michael Kranick and dates it December 6, 2024. So for those who don't remember from the trial, Michael Kranick was the judge. I found it very interesting that she addresses it to Mr. instead of Judge Kranick. I thought that was very strategic in kind of putting him down a notch from, where he is. He's up there. He's a judge. It's no joke. So just to call him Mr. Michael Kranick, I'm like, all right. I think that was very
She writes like every girl did in the 80s and 90s in elementary school when you were getting those notes passed around.
Oh my God, K-Dog. No, she wants Pop-Tarts. She doesn't want Girl Scout cookies. She wants Pop-Tarts. All right. So anyway, it's 3 pages, cursive. Read it.
Okay, the first, okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm not reading. I'm just kind of going over the actual writing. The first page is readable. The second, it's almost like the second page. Her letters are starting to run together, and it makes it harder to read on the second page. The third page, it's still kind of harder to read on the third page, but I get it. I mean, if I had to, yeah. But that first page, it starts off like she was really into it, and it's like cursive, but it's readable.
There are studies on linguistics and decoding and even how people write, like how much they push down from the pen or to the pencil to write their letters. So somebody who specifically studies this would have a field day.
Oh, I just told you what I thought of it, and I'm not.
It changes.
It does. You
As
notice
the
that
letter
too,
goes
right?
on, it
changed, right? It changed. Yeah, you can definitely tell. And I'm not by any means an anything expert when it comes to writing.
Hi, Greg.
But to me, yeah, the first page, it's like it's cursive, but it's like it's pointed to where it's readable, and then it gets lazy, not lazy. The letters start running together in the cursive,
Yeah.
so it looks more jumbled together. And with
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I'm just going to recap some of the, pull some of the sentences that she says that I feel is really worth pointing out. Again, she's addressing this to the judge. She starts it out, I am in closing, please, I can't read that other word, complete statement to you and to the world. Let's see. She says, I was hoping to have been graced with your forgiveness, understanding, and consideration in any level or degree. For me, unfortunately, and regardless of whom I had speak on my behalf, or the number of, your ignorant mind was already made up. She is really something else. She's addressing this to the judge. Your ignorant mind was already made up. Then she goes on, and underlines, by your clear error, and again, underlined, full-blown unfair bias against me since your involvement in my crucible case as a whole, I have been unsuccessful in receiving anything from you as opposed to fair and neutral judge, except for your wish that I spend the rest of my life in prison. I love how she's putting this on the judge and not herself, but we're not done. Let's see. Please know and always remember, Mr. Kranick, again, Mr., I forgive you, still and sincerely. And then she talks about a quote, and then she goes on to the next page by describing black robe disease. And she describes it as arrogance in a judge, a slang term for a judge who flaunts judicial power and dominates proceedings at the expense of the dispensation of justice. Let's see. She talks about impartiality is the first duty of a judge before he gives an opinion or sits in judgment in a cause. He ought to be certain and absolute that he has no bias for or against either of the parties. Talks about if he does have a bias, the judge must not only be impartial, but must also follow and properly enforce the law, not abuse. He is bound to, I love how she's telling the judge this. He is bound to declare what law is and not make it, be not an arbitrator, but an interpreter of the law. It is their duty to be patient in the investigation of the case, understand circumstances and difficulties by all parties. Let's see. I am excited in my appeal, which speaks for itself. My care law, as well as in which I am extremely proud to have achieved and will continue doing so now that I am no longer in your corrupt court and free from your malevolent judicial grip. And then she writes Sarah Boone versus State of Florida. I also have added to my key statement, as a result of your blindness and impartiality, foremost, your disgust in me as being an outspoken woman, determined defendant, and proactive client, hoping the next time you put on your listening ears and do not unfairly oppress the next as you have so blatantly done me. You will never admit your many judicial errors, nor will the prosecutors theirs, and I will never admit it to what you have wrongfully accused me of and judged me as. And then as she signs it and underlines it, I am not a murderer. I'm a survivor, Sarah Boone.
Like the song?
What?
Isn't there a song like that?
I don't know.
I'm a survivor.
Destiny's Child?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that did she not just quote Destiny's Child?
That's not, she just said she's a survivor. That I am not a murderer. I'm a survivor.
Oh, that she quoted the song.
Wow. Beyonce and Sarah Boone.
I thought she quoted the song.
She did not.
That'd have been funny.
If Beckham, if by tomorrow Destiny's Child on iTunes, their Survivor song, I'm a Survivor, jumps to #1, I think this show is to get credit for it. I'm just saying.
Look what Look what the Melendez brothers did for Milli Vanilli. Menendez brothers did for the Vanillis.
All right. Back to reality. And in the chat, I am seeing what you guys are saying about Sarah Boone, and I will get to your comments 100%. But Beckham, again, what are you thinking about Miss Boone?
No, I don't. She's worn me out, and she has worn me out, man. Like, can they just put her away? Just like enough.
I thought that's what happened,
Come on,
and now we
dude,
see
like,
this letter.
No, stop it. You're done. Okay, you're please.
We're not gonna ever be done of Sarah Boone.
Please, oh my God, when you put this out there the other day, I was like, no, I literally, you know that I said no.
Oh yeah, I have your message. You were not happy.
No,
but I'm like, Beckham, like, what do you want me to do? This needs to be talked about. She is such a piece of work. No accountability, none. And she's putting this on the judge. I'm sorry, but a jury of your peers found you guilty. This is not all on the judge. Okay, I'm waiting for how many jurors were on that? Let's see all the letters that she's going to write to them too. It just blows my mind. And it is everybody's right if they are convicted to file an appeal. Does she really think this letter's not going to come up at that?
Somebody just needs to really just say, look, Miss Boone, I know you're trying with the song lyrics and you're trying to, gain whatever by putting stuff out there. Enough is enough. You need to do your time. And stamp it and seal it, dude. Like, come on. We're done here. We're done.
I love that you live in such a simple world, Beckham, because
I just hope she doesn't hire Thompson Dickey. Please don't, please. What state is she in?
Oh God, Florida.
Oh, thank God. It was gonna be, you were gonna say Pennsylvania. And I was like, no.
All right, let's see what you guys.
Now, what if she tries to hire him now because of your show?
I don't want to be connected to Sarah Boone in any way, shape, or form. Oh
man.
God, it's just, woman, take accountability. Like, even the littlest amount. So, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. I just went past it. All right, here he is. She really great to relax and just listen to her narcissistic, self-righteous, know-it-all bullshit while sipping on an adult beverage of your choice. She's a megalomaniac.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna get a star for that.
And she's quoting what's her name?
Beyonce
and Destiny's Child.
Oh God. This letter will be a real hit with the appellate judge when they review her file. He attacks. Oh my gosh. Doug Smith, 100%. 100. Lawyers 1 through 8 are reading this and we're just like,
no.
I hope they call. Oh my God. My God. Charlie 16 is saying she's a classic narcissist. 100%. Renee says that letter is salty. Doug Smith, she's the worst of the worst. That cup of, Tony Stewart, the merch link is in the description bar. So you can get yourself a Danny After Dark cup too.
If you're working from home, you could use the Danny After Dark cup for ice cold water.
Or a cocktail beverage of your choice. It's a work night. So, I mean,
You're right.
But come Friday, tomorrow, and it's the weekend, different story. Tony Stewart is, yes. Tony Stewart, Beckham doesn't know who the Menendez brothers are. He keeps speaking of the Melendez brothers.
I know, because I knew a Melendez. That's why it's in my brain.
Doug Smith, read the attacks on the lawyers. Yep. Beckham is worn out like the OnlyFans chick. Charlie16, I kind of want to time you out for 5 minutes just because you put that image in my head, but I like you, so that's your warning. I'm giving you a warning. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Who do we got? Luke. Oh, God. That's all I really got to say. I think Sarah Boone said it quite clearly herself. Yeah. Let's move on. Nothing more to say. And I know Beckham doesn't even want to talk about her. So two more updates, and then we will bounce for tonight. One update is Lori Vallow. So Beckham, will you give us an intro?
Chad Daybell.
Tonight has nothing to do with Chad Daybell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I wanted you to do that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. I was like, wait, was that
they go hand in hand. So no, we are not updating anybody about the storm. We are not talking about Chad Daybell's penis. However, Lori Vallow. So the news that broke with her is a Maricopa County Superior Court judge ruled that Lori Vallow will be allowed to represent herself during her upcoming trials in Arizona. So for those of you who are thinking, wait a minute, she already stood trial and was convicted. True, but these upcoming trials are for other crimes that she's being charged with. So she's accused in the new ones that are going to be happening. She's accused of conspiring in the shooting of her fourth husband, Charles Vallow, and attempted murder of her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux. In regards to the 2019 shootings of Charles and Brandon, in Charles' shooting, investigators identified the suspect as Lori's late brother, Alex Cox. That's a whole rabbit hole to go down to see how Alex Cox is connected with this, but he is. So investigators are saying the motive for the shootings of Charles and Brandon were money and Lori's view of religion. And we all at this point know her view of religion. So the judge's decision to allow Lori to represent herself came just one day after doctors agreed to a Rule 11 hearing, which is that Lori is mentally fit to stand trial. The judge did warn Lori about the dangers of not having an attorney and pointed to the experience of the two lawyers that were sitting beside her. So these two attorneys will still be with her, but they will be considered her, quote, advisory counsel, end quote. The state did not object to the doctor's findings that Lori is mentally fit to stand trial. So Lori's trial date has been set for March 31st, 2025. So we got to go through this again with Lori Vallow.
No. When is it?
March 31st.
Excuse me. Okay.
March 31st.
Let's hope that your girl Karen Reed's case is just going to be like so like entertaining and such a big ordeal that it just kind of hovers over this case and nobody pays attention. I doubt it, but let's hope so.
Nah, Lori's one's been it's been a lot of years in the making, but
yeah.
What are
James? Lori, what's her name? What's her full name?
Lori Vallow. This
James,
is going to be
Lori Vallow or Karen Reed? Who do you got?
Oh, I'm watching. Karen Reed's local to me.
No, I'm asking James.
It has David Giannetti, who's so cute.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking James.
Oh, you're asking.
We know.
Karen Reed.
Karen Reed.
On the Boone case, it's an open and shut case. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no, Renee, this is gonna what the hell is Lori thinking? Like, the judge will treat her like you don't get special treatment when you represent yourself. So if she thinks like maybe she'll get a pat, like no. Good luck to her two co-counsel attorneys. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Is that the Bukaki case?
Yeah, I just read Charlie 16's
Charlie 16,
comment.
yes.
Yes,
Yuri
yes.
Buchanek, also known as
Oh,
Sergeant Bukaki.
oh my God! I wish Charlie 16 would have been here when we were discussing Procter and Company and the state in the
Oh,
state of
God.
Massachusetts. This the state troopers complete investigation of the in that Karen Reed case, but
Yeah, it's oof. I don't think Charlie 16 is like missing the breaking news of the world, but all right, last case quickly. Again, I know it's a work night and it's getting late, but so and I always pronounce his name wrong. Diobra Redden. So the man who is
Deobra
known,
Redden.
thank you, the man who is known for lunging over the judge's bench and attacking her in a Las Vegas courtroom. We all have seen the video. He has been sentenced. Okay, and this sentence is 26 to 65 years. That's quite a span. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, did they narrow it down?
No.
I'm
26
sorry.
to 65 years. What the
Hey,
hell does that
we're gonna
Las
give you from
Vegas? What the
20.
hell does that mean? Where's
We're
the
gonna.
phone?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, hey, what if like on a desk on a
Vegas.
sentence.
Capone, I would like your insight if you have any as to one, what the hell kind of a sentence that
Let's
is.
sentence you to 20 to 99.
26 to 65 years. What the hell does that mean? Also, is there some type of ruling in Las Vegas? Because again, it can be state specific where in some courts, let's say you're sentenced to 10 years, but with good behavior, you're out at 7. What does this mean for him? Any insight you can give would be greatly appreciated. But for those who need a recap of what the hell that was, on January 3rd, 2024, he attacked Judge Mary Kay Holthus as she was about to deliver his sentence in a separate case of felony battery. So for the attack of Judge Holthus, again, he's now going to have to serve 26 to 65 years in a Nevada prison. So he is only 31 years old, but he pled guilty but mentally ill to attempted murder and other charges. When he had to stand trial for this attack on the judge, Judge Holthus did testify, and she said that she feared for her life when he, hopped over the judge's bench and essentially landed on her. So his defense lawyer, Carl Arnold, said his client was not taking his prescribed medication to control his diagnosed schizophrenia at the time of his attack. He had said in court that he did not intend to kill Judge Holthus. Quote, "I'm not making excuses for my actions, but I'm saying I'm not a bad person. And I know that I did not intend to kill Mary Kay Holthus," end quote. So he will be eligible for, okay, and that's the thing with the articles I was reading too, because at first I was like, is this just the article I'm reading? But no, most of them said this similar thing. He will be eligible for parole sometime after 2050, after the year 2050.
I don't know, Danny. 20 to 99.
All right, Tony, I think I just answered that. Eligible for parole sometime after 2050. Corey Novak, well, 25 to life is a pretty broad range too. Yeah, but like those I get, like the 25 to life, 20 to life, 10 to life, I get that. This just seems like you're going to give a specific number at the beginning and a specific number at the end. Why not just I don't know. Las Vegas, Nevada law is out of my expertise. What is Capone saying? I think that's the max he can do, but can get out early, although he's not going to. The Black Robe Guild doesn't take kindly to that. I think that is a very fair statement. Tony, I would have given probation. Tony, you are too easy if that's what you would have done. But
he literally has a guy with a bag over his head for his picture.
The way you're looking right now with like that,
I know.
You're not looking so hot yourself right now. I'm just saying, Shelly, don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm not attacking your man. I'm just saying. But
you will get me a coffee.
If you make her get you a coffee for her birthday, I'm saying.
Dude, dude, everybody gets me a coffee on their birthday. It's part of the deal.
On their birthday. You know, what better way to spend your birthday but to serve Mr. Beckham?
It's not necessarily that. It's for the conversational. Okay? I enlighten everybody's conversations. I have a
Charlie
wide
Lundquist.
range.
Beckham has the Assassin's Creed vibe going on.
I will attack you in the middle of the night while you sleep.
God.
Oh, real quick, Charlie 16, Jean Benet. Lots going on with that. Was there an intruder, or did the killer enter and leave and walk out? Can you answer me that, please, with a simple yes or no, or you don't have to go too deep into it. Thank you.
So, oh my gosh. So this past weekend, okay, y'all know how December is like crazy busy. I mentioned this last week. Like my shows this month are just going to be like, they will happen, but it's going to be all over the place. It's Christmas month. December's crazy. It is what it is. But long story short, so this past Saturday, so I host like an ornament swap with just a bunch of girlfriends, and it's a really fun event that I do. Point being, while that was happening on Saturday, one of my friends that was over like brought up the JonBenet thing. It was like, because yeah, it's, everybody's talking about it now because there's a new, show out on it. And it was like, who do you think did it? And of course I'm like, I have my theory, answered that. But yeah, it's just it's like coming back in the JonBenet.
Okay, Charlie. So to your point, basically, did the murderer walk out the front door?
Or
there is no or. Did they openly were they able to walk out the front door? Like nothing happened.
Okay, Beckham, let's have a little lesson on tone. When you complete a sentence and you leave the tone hanging, like, oh, do you think they went out the front door? It's okay. What's going on? What's the next versus? Oh, did they go out the front door? It's
Get
all
out
in
of
tone. Why do I have to have this talk with you and Paul all the time? For Christ's sakes. It's been a while since we had a good love triangle murder. Oh no, there is a lot going. Hey dog, it's in the news. It's happening. It's not the cases I've been covering right now, but it's still very much going on everywhere.
I know I haven't been. I hadn't been able to say Chad Daybell in a while.
I know
it helped clear my throat a little bit.
So you don't want to talk about Lori Vallow, but you want to say Chad
Daybell. No, it's the other one. It's the other lady.
Oh,
the Boone lady. It's the Boone lady.
The Boone lady. Capone says, was it a ninja intruder? I think that's who killed JonBenet Ramsey. It was a ninja intruder. Yep. The same one that then showed up at Jodi Arias' house 20 years later. Or whatnot. I'm missing the Friday show. I know. Oh my God. We will get it.
Next week, it's going to be Thursday.
What do I have next Friday?
And the next week after that, and then the next week after that is Christmas, so we probably won't do a show. But hey, we need to do a before New Year's Day show.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. We will figure it out.
Depending on the news, we got a lot of P. Diddy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Ornaments. You mean you pound wine with your girl? No. So Jane. Okay. I get the food. I get catered food.
Did you double? Were you double fisting the wine there?
There is a lot of alcohol. I'm not gonna lie, but it's so much fun. Like, yeah, it's just something that I started several years before COVID, and I stole the idea from somebody else. But yeah, it's fun. And yeah. You love Jodi. Yeah, a lot of guys love Jodi Arias. Mm-hmm. Why the hell haven't you got ninja intro? Doug Smith, I actually considered that for merch. I'm not gonna lie, I considered it, and then I was like, would anybody like who would actually buy that? Like, yeah, we joke about it, but if there's a need, a want and a need for it, if someone's like, no, I need that in my life. I want a tote bag that says Ninja Intruder. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
I have a question. So if you when the Karen Reed thing starts back up again in January, right? Or March?
The judge ruled this week that it's delayed. The trial's delayed and did not give a start date.
Oh, so I am worth to the show because I brought in some new Karen Reed news.
You're clapping for yourself. Wow. Well, and they were also in court today, now that you bring it up, just in regard to the prosecutor does not want there's been a lot of expert who testified about the marks on Officer John O'Keefe, whether they were, in her opinion, consistent with dog bites. They do not want that same witness, or not witness, but God, I'm blanking the word. She's not a specialist. She actually volunteered to testify for the defense. I'm blanking her name, but the prosecution does not want her to be able to testify in the retrial. So that's what they were talking about today. Last I read, there was not an update if Judge Bev Canoni will allow that or not. We will see.
I'm hoping it gets pushed back so that way we have time to go and be part of it with you down the, let it get a little bit warmer type of thing. But would you plan on specifying wearing a specified outfits for when you go, or you gonna wear your merch, that type of thing, or?
I mean, just because, standing outside the courthouse, because you can't get in. I mean, last time I went, it was like a rainy day and I just had like my jacket on, just in an umbrella.
Was it green?
Shut up. We'll see where it
goes. Was it olive green or forest green? It's different greens. Just saying.
Forest fir green or whatever the hell you're burning.
There is a forest fir green. It's a darker kind of shaded green.
Yes, Tony Stewart. Yes, there is so much stuff. Thank you, Capone, for putting the link. Yeah, there's t-shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's Beckham merch too. There's Liz merch.
Man, get you a candle,
candles,
light it as your, light it in your library.
Mugs, cups.
You can always turn the candle on. You can always turn the candle on while you're reading your favorite criminal book or whatever.
True crime book.
True crime book. Yep.
Yeah. There's. Oh my God, no. There's so much. Everything's so cool, and I'm not just saying that because it's like. But
I think for me, the candle thing, man. I mean,
everything on there.
Yeah, for me, the candle thing has just been it's calming for me. I don't know. I love candles. I don't So.
We know that. We all know that. So yeah, check it out, Tony. I'm gonna forget Sam, so I'm just taking a picture of that.
Corey, I see your dig there.
What is Corey doing? There's like 50 shades of green. Oh, Jesus Christ. Danny, wear your Captain Picard outfit there. All right.
Hey, dude. Hey, James. I was asking her if there was gonna be part 2 to her Tron series.
I have a similar shirt to the Tron shirt.
Oh, here we go.
I have a similar shirt. But I want to let the Tron stuff settle down for a little bit, and then you guys are horrible. Without candles, Beckham would have run amok and says, oh my God, are you kidding me? Yankee Candle or whatever he orders from would be like out of business at this point. So, all right, everybody, we are just shy of 2 hours. Thank you for joining us for tonight's episode. We did a whole lot of updating on Luigi Mangione. I'm sure by next week or whatnot, there will be more information and we will keep you up to date from there. And maybe by then he would have found love with a pen pal. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Quick reminder as well.
One thing we did not see about Mr. Luigi is that I had not seen pictures of him with like a girlfriend or anything. That's the only thing I could say.
Yet.
I don't know. Maybe they'll break, like, come out later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be. Yeah.
Now, real quick, the update on his GoFundMe or whatever crowdfunding website, Give, Send, Go. So the fundraiser group is calling itself the December 4th Legal Committee. And it's been quoted as saying, "We are not here to celebrate violence, but we do believe in the constitutional right of fair legal representation." And the campaign goal is to raise 200,000. As of earlier tonight, it was already surpassed the 55,000 mark into the $56,000 mark. There's your update, Danny.
I can't comprehend. It's like, hey, this guy has a lot of money. Let's raise money for him. I don't know. I don't get it. It is what it is. I need to just not look into that because it just makes no sense. But as a quick reminder as well, tomorrow, so Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I put the link in the chat at the very
I'll be working from home, but I'll definitely hit it. I'll probably go in there in the chat and say, "Hey, what's up, guys?" I might have you guys on in the background or something. He says, "I'll be at work."
Yeah, you should.
I didn't know it was that early, so that's good.
Yeah, James will be having me, James, Winston, Ono, Lenny Sinatra. I can't even say his name because there's just so many names in there. But we're going to do our annual Christmas holiday episode, our collab that we've been doing for several years now. And we'll be doing that live from his channel tomorrow.
Yep, I'll be on there.
Top 10 Christmas special countdowns. So tune in for that. Other than that, everybody, thank you for joining us for this episode of True Crime and Chill. Thank you, Beckham, for all of your research on Luigi Mangione. And we will see you guys next week.
Make sure you wear green tomorrow.
And remember, until next time, everyone, we don't live in darkness. Darkness lives in us. Bye.